Please. Shut the fuck up, please. We count up them nights off them drugs. 100 racks thrown up in the fucking club. Every time I show up, you know I'm turning up. Right now, I'm pouring my heart in my cup. Q5, know we real right, know what's up. He ain't got no time, shout your boyfriend a dub. 250 dies and I dropped on the truck. I just left the party outside throwing up. Every time I step outside, I'm my fans showing love. Niggas hating online, but I don't give a fuck. Tell them, shut the fuck up. You ain't got no hoes and you broke, you a bum. Every time I'm in the club, niggas give me dap and these bitches give me hugs. We just popped the half of a pill and turn it up. Party at the castle, the bells pulling up. We about to get active, got sticks in the trunk. I'm crazy with the scalpel, these bitches getting cut off. Hanging off the scaffold, these pussy niggas falling off. My dick, they got a mouthful, then they tryna suck it off. I don't give a fuck, dog. Shut the fuck up, 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 dog. Shut the fuck up. You ain't got no hoes and you broke, you a bum. Hating online, but in person showing love. My bitch purse cost your whole income, pussy. Shut the fuck up, pussy. Shut the fuck up, pussy. Shut the fuck up, pussy. Yeah, shut the fuck up. I'm saying I won't do no trolling, you know what I mean? Everything we do in real life. Pussy ain't gonna talk all that shit with, you know what I'm saying? Pull up a pocket, you know what I mean? Whatever you want. Fake me, $3 million, split 3 seconds. Ain't talking about, you can do what I do, do it better than it. Young man life, yeah. Young man life, yeah. That's why they pay me. Okay. Shut the fuck up, please. We count up them nights off them drugs. 100 racks thrown up in the fucking club. Every time I show up, you know I'm turning up. Right now, I'm pouring my heart in my cup. Q5, know we real right, know what's up. He ain't got no time, shout your boyfriend a dub. 250 dies and I dropped on the truck. I just left the party outside throwing up. Every time I step outside, I'm my fans showing love. Niggas hating online, but I don't give a fuck. Tell them, shut the fuck up. You ain't got no hoes and you broke, you a bum. Every time I'm in the club, niggas give me dap and these bitches give me hugs. We just popped the half of a pill and turn it up. Party at the castle, the bells pulling up. We about to get active, got sticks in the trunk. I'm crazy with the scalpel, these bitches getting cut off. Hanging off the scaffold, these pussy niggas falling off. My dick, they got a mouthful, then they tryna suck it off. I don't give a fuck, dog. Shut the fuck up, 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 dog. Shut the fuck up. You ain't got no hoes and you broke, you a bum. Hating online, but in person showing love. My bitch purse cost your whole income, pussy. Shut the fuck up, pussy.
What up, chat? What up?
Shut the fuck up, pussy.
What up?
I'm I'm saying? I don't do no trolling, you know what I mean? Everything we do in real life. Pussy ain't gonna talk all that shit, but you know what I'm saying? I pull up a poppy, you know what I mean? Whatever you want. Fuck me, $3 million split, 3 seconds. I ain't talking about. You do that. Young man life, yeah. Young man life, yeah. That's why they pay me. Okay.
Shit twin, pop it twin, pop your shit twin, pop it twin, pop your shit twin, pop it twin. I can black out and be an asshole. There's too many niggas up that I don't know. Ride with the fucking fives, bye. I have you running wild, okay. This out the car, let's go. All of my bitches, they ride or die. Yeah, they ready, let's go. I'm ready.
Let's go.
Lock them out. Lights a show. I say, lights is hot. You ready to go. Take on the guy.
Chat, we don't even got NFP today, yo.
My wife is a cougar. You try me, I do ya. You try me, I shoot ya. I ain't got no face. I'm an old illusion. I ain't been to Blaze. And I ain't been to Lucian. Stuck in Atlanta, fuck with the house.
We don't even got
Niggas not looted. Wow, gotta keep it moving.
dash NFP. Let me just put this up.
Sick of these hoes, sick of these tracks, I got a flow. It's 100 man gonna live for a man right now, so which one of them?
That's my computer so slow.
That's how I didn't know that. Pop your shit then twin, pop it. Pop your shit twin, pop it twin. Pop your shit twin.
Well, I mean, we might have it, but I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna have it right up here. Alright, hold on, let me just set this up. All right.
Hey, what? This is the shit that my daddy had raised me on. Niggas got lit off the features I skated on. I gotta know how you get lit off.
More in chat.
You hating on numbers until
How do I switch my screen?
this is the moment I know they've been praying on. What? Hey. Try not to boy out, but fuck it, I'm staying on. Hope keep on sending me slaps to go crazy on 40. Keep saying it's time to be patient. There's so many people we turning the tables on. Capo got plans, but we'll say that for later on. Hush and keep saying they know that they played it wrong. Katie just text with the fuck are we waiting on. Damn. Me, I'm expressionless. Niggas be talking about don't shoot the messenger.
Good morning, chat. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Unc. Fuck you. Chat, good morning. Chat, I don't know if we have NFP today. The US government got shut down. So there might not be news until the 28th, I think, or 29th. But I don't know. It might come. I think regardless though, you'll have volume coming in today. It's NY session. It's a Friday. It's gold all-time highs. So I'm sure we'll have volume regardless, but you might not get, the NFP that actually comes up. But I said, fuck it. You know what? I wasn't going to stream, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just set the stream up. Because we usually would stream on NFP days. But you have 10 a.m. ISM service PMI, which I think won't be there as well. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's the week. That'll be the week, okay? Let me just open up this. No vape, no vape, no vape. Gonna be out today? No, I don't know. I don't think so because the U.S. government shut down unless they open up like in the next 6 minutes. Or I don't think so. They said they're gonna be shutting down until I think the 28th, 29th of October. So the whole month, you won't have news. What is this? What else happened overnight? So no NFP today? No, man. FOMC the 29th of October. Yeah. So I think they're gonna open up before FOMC comes out. Is it actually 29th? 29th? Yeah, 29th. So try the music loud? I forgot I had music. Should I play the music or should I turn it off? Okay, if the channel gets taken down, we start a new channel. All right, chat. You buying or selling? Hold on, let me just do my analysis real quick. But I just got on. Okay, so let's see what's going on here, chat. Let's see. So it looks like we're in this range here from 38.95. Which was the all-time high. So you broke the high yesterday during the NY session, I think by a couple bips, or like by like 30 bips, something like that. And then you came all the way back into the range here, all the way down towards these zones right here. All right. So from 38.93, 389 down towards like 38.50, 38.54. Started to print that range, and then yesterday you also broke down towards the next zone as well, which was here. Which was, what time was that? That was at around 10 a.m. So yeah, 8, 9, 10 came down, tapped that zone, pulled back up towards like 38.54, broke above, broke back below during Asian, and then London kind of creeped back up and then started range. Yeah, so you haven't had a move chat since I'll say London, which is good because usually when you get a move during London and you don't get a move during pre-New York, usually pre-New York or NY usually moves. So it's like a break between the sessions. But yeah, you had a move during London here from 1, 2, 3 pre-London to London, and then 4, 5, 6, and 7, and so far 8's been ranging, so it's good. So I'm gonna leave that. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave this resistance here. That's your major resistance. And then let's go ahead and add the support levels, which I believe it's up here. Is there anything up here? Something there. Add something there. And then we're gonna add some down here. Let's see what else could I use. 4 hour zones, 1 hour zones. I'm trying to mark up like the major zones. It's like it's not too important of zones that we're marking up right now. It's because it's not like zones where we're looking for buys above or sells below. It's just like to identify like the ranges we're in, because we haven't gone to a point where we're looking for positions there, right? But we have to mark up and understand like kind of where we are in the zones, because it plays a pretty big important role to direction, structure, and what we can get. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here. So I'm gonna have 93, I'm gonna have 73, I'm gonna have 38. Basically, like, these are your major zones right now. It shows that above 73 should pop up towards the all-time highs here, right? And it shows that right now you're currently sitting between here and here. You can even like add a yellow line right here too, which is a minor support. I usually would do that too at around like 5.3, which is like the most recent area. There's like something around here. Yeah, let's leave it down here. Let's leave it at 5.2. There's something down here, and we don't know for sure right now if, because gold's all-time highs, right? Gold's bullish, all-time highs. Directionally, it's bullish. So we don't know if today is ready to go up yet, right? We don't know that. We don't know how far the bottom wick needs to be today, or how many more bottom wicks you need in order to go up. If you even go up, you might go down today. We don't know, right? So the reason we don't know is because so far all you had was like, you had this major push down yesterday. So I think this is Wednesday, right? This is Wednesday, range. Thursday, and then Asian session, London session Thursday or Wednesday. What am I saying? Thursday, Friday. And then now you're here, right? Which, if you look at it, you can say, okay, well, you do have decent structure. Like, you do have a low here, initial low down here. You do have an initial low down here. You have another low down here as well. And then you came up and you made more structure here, right? So it's like decent structure. It's not, I'll say like I'm set and ready to say that we're bullish for a day. Obviously, like, there's nothing to like kind of FOMO out on if you don't get this range here. You don't get buys within this range up. There's obviously more cleaner traffic above here, which is that next major zone we had marked up. But if you could like come down, break off the structure to the left, or create a bottom wick that breaks the structure, doesn't have to necessarily break this, but at least break this, like these bottom wicks to the left here. Break that, break back above, you know, it looks a lot better now because you have more support. So basically, like, the more support you have, the better it'll be for price, because you're more structured now compared to like if you don't have liquidity, if you don't have lows, because then when price comes back into the range, it can just dip through and drive through all those ranges, right? So just imagine like if price were to drive up like this, right, and there's like no structure, it's kind of like this. When you were to come down, or if you were to come down and correct the move, it's gonna be a lot easier to correct, right? Compared to like if you were to just be stable, like on the way up, like down, structure, up, high highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? Because then when you break, well, you guys can't see the left side. Let's say you have something like this, right? There's no structure. It's a lot easier to break and correct. Compare like if you were to like move up with structure like this, then this, come down like that, come up like that, higher lows, up, higher lows, up, right? Then that would be a lot better for price, because it actually has support on the way up. You're actually holding something on the way up. Because if you were to come down again, you're gonna have to break through this zone, right? You're gonna have to break through this zone, and then you got a zone down here which you gotta break through as well, and then you got more zones down here. So like, look at all the stops that price has to make, right? It has to print all these lower highs. Compare it, like if you weren't to have structure, the move down could be more easily corrected. So like, let's go back to the this over here. Right, no news, right? Dang, so slow. Yeah, chat, no NFP. So let's go back over here. So go back to the structure here. You can see, right now we're saying like here we're going up. So technically it should be going up. That's what price should be doing. It's bullish, all-time highs. It's making structure go up. Good. It goes up. Great. Amazing. We still need information if it were to go up. Like if it were to go up, we need to close above ranges before we actually look for positions. And if you get a bottom wick first, then perfect. We can look for wick entry buys, right? Instead. But right now, wick entry buys off the table because you don't have the structure for it yet. You don't have the bottom wick for it yet, right? So right now, like break of structure, like break of these highs here, yes, we can look for it, but obviously we're gonna want to see a break, pull back, a hold, right? We want to see price hold that zone to make sure that it's not fake out. And then as it breaks like these highs up here, you can probably look for some range like in this area here, you know, probably like 10, 20 pips or something. But you got that. And obviously if price were to like make your way up like this, and it were just make its all-time highs today, then you can also look to take wick entries as well, right? Wick entry buys. So every time that you get a pullback above the, so once like break above, you create structure. Every time you start breaking above the ranges, breaking the highs, every time it pulls back, those are your wick entry ideas, right? So like here are your wick entry ideas, because you're expecting price to just continue up. Because why did you break through, or how did you break through all of this, right, and not continue for all-time highs? So as price goes up, we'll obviously have a better explanation for it. But right now, chat, that's kind of what I got. So it's just kind of waiting for this bottom wick if you get one, and waiting to see if you get a bottom wick, or waiting to see if you're going to be able to push through the ranges today to continue up. And that's it. So right now it's going to be a bit of waiting here. You have like a bit of range till these highs up here. Like you have like a 60 pip range until 74. So we'll let that drive by. We'll let that fly up, and we'll monitor price on the way up. Let me just add something else though before I go into MT5. Images on there? Yeah, it's out of line here. All right, so 8373 38, 8373 38, 8373 38. Three. Or 93. 93, 83. Tripping. 9373. 9373 38. That's a huge gap. How much is the range? 350 pips. All right. So 93, 73, 38. And then I think I have one more zone down here. 5-2, 5-4. Yeah. All right. So there's a bit of volume here because spreads got tighter here. You're starting to glitch a little bit. That's to see if it's direction, because we don't know yet if it's direction. This is the first time you're actually breaking out this range since ranging, right? So I think since what time is it? Since 4 a.m. You've been ranging since 4 a.m. between these areas here. So it's not bad of a range. It's like a 90 pip range, 100 range. And this is the first time you're breaking out. So let's see if this is gonna be fake out or continuation. So yeah, like something here. Probably add a line around here and see how price racks off of that. You're pulling back a little bit here, so let's see if it can tap that blue line. But nothing to really hunt for at the moment. You do have news at 10, but I don't know if it'll actually be released today. All right, chat. How you guys doing, chat? Everyone good? Love to see level mark. Our levels, these levels are gonna probably change chat throughout the session. So like, you know, it's not permanent. Like I try to redo my levels like at least 2 or 3 times within the session. So we're probably gonna change it around like 9 in about 20 minutes. Change chart colors. Whoa. Why? You mean the highlights? What you mean? Change chart colors. Quarter 4 love on comes off that 10 or something. Yeah, I've noticed that too. I think we had a move late yesterday too, 10:20. But yeah, I remember quarter 4 usually would come a little late. That does happen. Not the whole entire quarter 4. Some quarters, you know, or some quarter 4s, it might change, or some months within a quarter. But yeah, quarter 4 usually moves a little late, and then quarter 1 is when things kind of move kind of early. So it shifts throughout the year. I saw a short trade yesterday, and can you explain that what entry buy yesterday? Which one? What entry buys? Oh, like after we waited for the move down. And you said you took the sells down, right? I don't think it was this trade though. I think it was a different trade. I think it was maybe this one. Yeah, it's cause like when gold's like right now, when we're at all-time highs right now, it's not that we're limited to taking certain positions, but we're like in a position to take more buys than sells due to price being like overall bullish. So it's not that the sells are not valid, right? The sells you took coming down, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of range coming down, and like looking at the session, it looks like that might have been the I'm guessing it was this day, right? Yeah, like bearish day. Or was it this day? I think it was this day actually. Not the wrong taking the sells down. Like if you have range, you can take the sells down, but since we're like all-time highs and we're bullish, I'm looking for wick entry buys usually. I usually wouldn't look for sells until you actually start breaking structure. And even like yesterday when we were here, when we were coming down from here, we weren't even looking for sells. I think we were looking for buys though. Until it's like actually breaking in structure. So if you zoom out here, like breaking structure for me would be like this. Like if this is your resistance and this is your bottom to range, if you were to actually like break out here, create structure and continue to push, then yeah, eventually like below here, that's when I'll actually start looking for sells. But usually like in these areas, it's too early to say. Like this is the very top of the range though, right? Even after this push yesterday, that was for like 700 pips. Like we just let it fly by, and we kept looking for wick entry buys until we got it. So it's not that the sells are like a bad idea, right? It's just a little bit of preference, a little bit of yeah, a little bit of preference. Come on, Everest. Pushing up here.
I'm on the line. Put a racket on your ass. It's LV, not Louis Vuitton. It's Lil Vim. She wanna get big, come to my castle and get stamped. It's OPIU and your bitch tatted a heart on ground. Told the bitch we never fucked up, we ain't do that shit on cam. Sitting up top floor, I'm up and he ain't posted on the ground. I was posted with my bitch and with your bitch hit both of them. I was posted with the gang, was in for like me on that lamb. I know all these niggas be lame, everybody the same, won't get no damn. Paparazzi outside, strike up post on
There's like 25 more pips there. So you come up towards that 70 zone. Daily is pretty nice actually. Like this daily close like weak bearish above the ranges there. Or respecting the ranges there. Go wick to fill here. So yeah, it's a bearish candle, but it's like a bullish bearish because it's holding the line still. Looking for a vibe, I can't find it, yo. I wouldn't necessarily take this yet because I usually would say something like it's too early in the market what's the word called, in the structure. It's a bit too early, right? Because you just came up, you made like some bit of ranges here, and then this is the first time you broke the highs, and this is the first time you're breaking back to the range. So it's too early to say whether or not we'll continue down and continue down to mirror this move to the left here, right? It's a little too early. So what I'll do instead is I'll wait for price to create that lower high, come down, create another lower high, come down, right? And as it does this, as it starts to make plenty of lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, that's when I'll look for my positions then. And I'll look for my positions like somewhere part below here to come down below here. Because all the times that you're going up for lower highs should be the times that you are actually going up in price. Like, why isn't price going up? Right? Especially if it made it 3 times. If it made a lower high here and it didn't drive up, why? It made a lower high here, didn't drive up, why? Is it because the bear structure is starting to become more powerful, right? So the more lower highs you have, the better for structure. And then eventually I'll say, okay, cool. Below this range here, we'll look for sells coming down, right? So like we're very like, I'll say, yeah, picky with what we look for. That's why like days like yesterday, chat, like this thing moved during the NY session like 700 pips. We caught 12, and we caught wick entry buys. We didn't catch sells. We caught wick entry buys, right? But yeah, that was the day yesterday. I think in the past we'll for sure be try to be part of the sells, and then we'll try to be part of the buys as well. So it's the same then. It's like right now I'm just like I can't really do much right now. I gotta just wait for price to play out here, see if it pops up towards 7.3 or see if it fakes out. There's like no volume right now. I mean there's volume, but it's not like, you know, pumping. So wait until the actually pump comes in, wait until we get confirmations of direction, and then we'll start looking for positions. But looking at the time, it does look like post 9, between 9 and 10, maybe even after 10. and then we're usually here until like 10:30, 10:45, maybe 10:20, depending if there's volume at all. If it's just a dead range, then we call it. But 4 closure is not bad here. You have a leg candle closure on the 4, so hey Don, I was looking for wick entry buys at 38.35 and after 30.24 yesterday, but I asked myself, since the market is dropping with no pullback, does it make sense that it continues to go down more? The thing is, I don't know till where it's going to push down, so I avoid to take those wick entries just to see where it can go. Like, even if it were good wick entries, I saw a lot of things going against me, so was it a good decision to avoid it? If you think, like, I just didn't feel at ease with those ones. From 35 to 24. All the ones here. Yeah, because if you zoom in here, like the thing is you're taking buys. So you're on like the trend side. You're taking the buys with the trend, but right. But another thing is, like, if you look at price at 34.35, where is it here? $34.35. No, that wasn't where we got yesterday, was it? No, we got it at 65. Holy. 34.35. Yeah, so I usually ask myself, like, is there like anything to the left that price could mirror or bounce off of? Right, so like, is there any historical areas of showing that price has bounced off these levels in the past? So 34.35, let's mark that up, or 35 to 24. That's what you said, right? Yeah, 35.24, so around there. Yeah, I think it's valid. Yeah, like something here which isn't too strong. We didn't use that. I think something right here would have been nice, like 24. I think 24 is a lot better, because that's a huge difference, man, between 35 and 24. It's like 110 pips. So yeah, I think I'll use this zone down here. Obviously, it's easier to say now because you're already rejected, but there was something here that we had yesterday too, I think, because you're looking for the first initial reaction, right? You're not like looking for like a wick entry to take it back up like this. I don't know. You're looking for just like the first initial reaction. It can literally be like this before it comes down again, right? But at least you know at a major zone, if you're coming down without structure, like the way you were yesterday, you're gonna get that reaction. Even if you don't come back up completely, you'll make a lower high to continue down. And that's the idea behind the wick entries on days where you're driving without wicks, right? Especially since you're all-time highs and you're bullish. Any given point, price can just rip back up into the range because it's bullish. So yeah, I think this is like a pretty good position, or a good area, 24. I think you got like, depends if you're on here or here. Let's just say you're on somewhere here. That would have been 180. Obviously, you know, I wouldn't hold for 180. What I would have done was probably mark up like my next like break-even area, which in this case would have been maybe like here. So then wick entries here up towards there would have been like 29 pips. 29 pips, break-even, trail stops at that point. And TP could have been maybe like this next area up here, which would have been pretty wide actually. This would have been a 6 pip range, which is pretty good, right? But that's what we're looking for, because understand that this overall day trend is bearish, but the overall weekly and overall all-time high trends is bullish, right? So you can make a lower high to continue down. And that's what price tried doing here. I think it pulled back up and then it came back to retest the lows, but it didn't drive, came back up. All right, what's price doing right now though? Still in the same range here. You printed another range here. Let's see what this count does here. So far you're holding, chat. Is it enough though? I don't know. It's showing me that it's not enough. It's showing me that the bottom wicks aren't enough, and you may need more bottom wicks here. But you are pushing up. So I'm gonna wait until I get what I want, right? And that's the thing too, chat. That's another thing that I realized here too. Like in the past, I think like when you wait for trades for so long, eventually you get a little numb. You get a little numb. So the first breakout that you get on price, that's the move you try to grab. You try to grab, because you've been in the range all session, and the first breakout, you're like trigger finger now, and the first thing that breaks out, you're taking that position, and then it ends up being a fake out, ends up being just a bad position, whatever. So that's why it's important to just wait for your position, like not the first in the market will print, but your position. So you always want to have like a prediction or like a bias of what you're going to take today, right? So have all your plays leveled up and marked out and like visualize it. Like sometimes I might be on Zoom and I'm over here like drawing like, oh, what can happen? So if I don't get exactly what I drew out, if I don't get exactly what that play was, then I'm not going to get in. If I drew an onion play that I want to grab, right, I want to make sure it prints exactly how I drew it or how I envisioned it. Because if it doesn't, then why would you want to take it? You're selling down for less, right? Pushing up here though. Sorry. Let me just redo the zones here because it's 9 a.m. anyways, and I deleted my zone. Don't know where they are. Let's mark up something there. Rad zone. I don't know. Whoop-de-doop. Whoop-de-doop. Whoop-de-doop.
Wake up, filthy.
Alright, so 93.55, and we got something else here, I think. You held this blue line here, so we can probably delete this. Doesn't matter anymore. 4-hour closure, leg candle. Where's the next zone again? It was 80.90. Go back to here. 80.90, around there. We can delete this. I don't know what this was. Alright, cool. This kind of moved 130 pips. Wow, pretty decent. All right, so chat, this is good because you got to break out this range here, and you broke well above it for 80 pips, so it's good. Now, all we need to wait for is to see if this was the low, right? And so far, it looks a lot better than where it was earlier. Like this looks more like the low, the 5-2 zone, but let's see if you can get another pullback. So you get something like this, right? Who knows how far it can come down like this, whatever. But then as it comes back up to re-break the highs, that's when we start planning for buys again. Above its highs here. If it pulls back far enough, by far enough, I mean like breaking all of this structure here, then we can look for wick entry buys. But I think right now it's just the breakouts we're looking for. And that's it. But this is a 4-hour leg candle here, so just also pay attention to, there's also a leg candle body area here at 63, which could be the zone that you react off of as you pull back. So what area is that again? It's going a small time frame. Yeah, that's around the resistance zone. So yeah, the 6-4 level, pay attention to that. Pretty key zone for the 4-hour candle. And we'll wait to see what happens there if you pull back. I was just a leg candle pencil. It's like an 8 pip leg candle. And there's barely a top wick. Body could be a little smaller, but
She looking pretty, she looking gorgeous. We making love, but we hard.
We haven't got liquidity yet. This can come down sharp anytime in the huge ranges. Yeah, it can come down at any given point. So that's why we're kind of waiting to see what happens. We're waiting to see if it comes down, how it comes down. How it comes down is important too, chat. I used to not ask myself like how it comes down. I used to be like, I want to see it come down, I want to see it come up. But how it comes down is very important because it tells you a lot. It tells you like either if you're making like, you know, you're doing like, if you're making lower highs on the way down, if you're coming down without lower highs, and usually that tells you a lot of information. Like, so you don't want to disregard that, especially for wick entry buys like yesterday. So that's just as important as like waiting for the move down, because you can tell like whether or not as it comes down, you can tell whether or not it will actually break below 6.4 here, or if it's gonna be able to reject it based off of like the lower highs it makes, or if it doesn't make lower highs and it comes straight down. Right, if it comes straight down from like here, you likely will get a reaction off 64, from 64 probably up until like, you know, 67, 66 or something like that. And then as you get that pullback, what happens then? Is it going to rebreak the lows? If it does, then high chance you have to break back into the range, which we're not looking for sells yet. But if you do get structure on the way up afterwards and that's your low, then amazing. Going back to what we said earlier, we'll have a more established lower low now, or higher low. And then anything above like 75 would be great to go up towards like 80 and, you know, next zones, whatever it is. You know? Yeah, not bad price action today, don't know. What do you guys rate today? It's a little too early to say, but it looks like it has potential to be a 6. Maybe a 6.5. 6.5 might be a stretch though. I'll say like 5.5 right now. A lot of potential to be a 6. I think volume's gonna come in within an hour, so that should pick price up. And then from here till 10 should be pretty good. We're not to Basel 64 because either way it will react there. No, because the original idea was this overall bottom wick. I don't know if it's enough. Like I don't know, like this overall, not just like this, but like this. Like I don't know if that was the bottom wick. It looks like it is, right? High chance it could be. It's like 109 pips above it. But I just need to see something like at 64 to make sure, because it can easily be a fake out. And if it is, it's going to fill its entire range back down below like 38.40, 38.44. Entire range. Because of how bearish the move was yesterday. Because if this thing actually does not go up right now, go up today, then what you're doing is you're going down with yesterday's trend still. And there's a high chance you can come down towards these zones here, which is going to be the wick entry area, probably 38.40, 38.36. And then from there, we're looking for wick entry buys, right? But, you know, you can also get something like that. So, like, I don't want to take wick entry buys at 64, because if it's a fake out, man, if not this range, at least this range will get filled. So I rather wait to see, like, you know, it actually come down, make a bottom wick, and then re-break the highs. So that's kind of what's stopping us right now from taking the buys, because we're afraid that you may get a bottom wick. Very curious to get a trade if I get one. We might not always get one. We haven't, like, we get like, lately it's been like 2-3 trades a week. Like we're here every day, right? But we just don't get one every day. But yeah, 3 to 4 trades. I think last week we got 3. I lied. Last week we got 4 trades last week, 2.7%. This week we only had 2 trades so far. On Monday we had a trade for 0.73, and then today yesterday we had a trade for 0.55. But yeah, that's it for the week so far. So we'll be here until like 10:15, 10:20, 10:30. You know, we'll see. We'll see if one comes. I can't force the markets, right? It's up to price to print.
5:30 the call missing. No text backs or call misses. I feel like we all victims. Nights been getting long. Drunk testing, I should not do Patron.
I ain't no genius, bruh. Thank you, Dub.
Drunk texting, I should probably Supertron. Had to do wrong, order to do you right. You gotta go through it, order to give advice. It's the price of
Maybe one day we'll be back full time on streaming, but not right now, chat. Maybe one day though. I'm not close to the ideal, you know. This has been like relaxing and chill and just. It's been good. It's been good. And we've been crushing it too. So. No NFP type? No, but you have volume. Either way, like that 8 AM candle was 130 pips, right? So even if you don't have NFP, you still got volume. Same thing. And like you shouldn't rely on news to give you volume so you can look for quote unquote easier trades. Like that shouldn't be your mindset in trading. Like you should be able to trade like throughout the year, like all days of the year. You should be able to identify each range, each market cycle, and be able to sit there and wait out sessions that aren't moving versus trading sessions that are moving. You shouldn't just be sitting there waiting for days where you're moving like 700-800 pips to look for a trade. And like you should be able to be mentally stable throughout the year. News, no news, volume, no volume. All right, that's why like I always say like don't take breaks, because when you're taking a break, you're missing out on important months. Like even if it's like a 2-month break, 1-month break, like you're missing out on a month where you can add to your data collection for the next year. That's how I think about it. So some traders might be crushing it for like Q1 and then Q2, or maybe even Q2 as well. And then Q3, Q4, you know, things get a little shaky for them, and then they take a break, and then they're missing out on Q3 or 4, whatever they took a break on, and then they come back the next year, January till whatever Q3 ends or Q2 ends. They're like, great, I crushed it. And then it comes to that time again where they start to struggle, and they don't know how to sit there in the charts and be patient, wait for a setup, and then you know they cook their year because they didn't understand it the prior year. They didn't understand the market cycle. They didn't understand how to trade that session, right? So that's why like taking a break, it kind of fucks up that part of trading for you, because you need to collect as much data as you can, man. Yeah, I just be there to understand the different cycles throughout the year, because it's not the same. It's not the same just because Q1, 2, 3 moves a certain way doesn't mean Q4 will move that way. Q4 might switch up on you, might be more rangy, might take a bit longer to print. It might start moving like someone said earlier at 10 AM and you're only used to trading at 8 AM. You're used to getting a trade right away, right? So your patience level is now a little lower. You don't know how to sit there longer in your hands until 10 AM, and it just, why would you not want to sit here every day and just sit through the charts, sit through the motions, or go through the motions? Line copies, yeah. Exclamation point spreadsheet. It should be free. If you were to position trade gold to the upside, how would you go about it? Well, I'm looking to trade gold to the upside right now. I'm just waiting for a bottom wick. If you get one, if you don't get one, it's fine. We'll just adapt, right? You don't have to get the bottom wick. if you break above 80, obviously you're breaking above another range, which is amazing. We'll look for a bottom wick to be created over there instead. So I'll probably look for some like, I'm guessing if you were to pop up here, there is something right here that I'm noticing right now at like 38.90, 38.92. There's like top wick areas here. So there is a chance that if you were to pop up here on gold and break past 80, you could get a pop up right towards 80, 82. So if you tap that zone, you guys might not like this idea because you're missing on the move, right? But if you come up towards that zone and then you reject, you would reject normally down towards like, I think you get a reaction here around like 80. So if it comes up towards 82.92, pulls back towards 80, I'm looking for wick entry buys at 80 to go up. So yeah, I'd say let's see if you can break above 80. Or if you make a bottom wick first before 80, then we'll look for buys from above like 77 up towards 80. But we need a bottom wick or something either way, right? It's a need until it's proven that we don't need one from the markets, but it just hasn't been proven. So we're still unsure of what that is. So when you're unsure, you don't want to be in any positions. At least for me. If you see something, take it, right? Take it. If you see something that's clear to you, clear as day, take it. But everyone's looking for their own type of trades and ideas, no? Gold's telling you that it feels bad. True. Why don't you trade USD? Alright. Why is the bottom to 70 not enough? Which one? 70? Did we tap 70? This one? It's not that it's not enough. It's just like I wanted to see a more like aggressive bottom wick earlier. This is a bottom wick too, which is fine. If you get more of these ones, like less aggressive ones that don't break structure like this, then that's amazing. The more you get that, the more I look for, the more we'll get close to our buys. But earlier, initially, I was looking for like this, you know, like more aggressive. Because remember yesterday when we were in kind of the same boat? The thing is, we're going up the second time today. But yesterday, when it was like around like here, at like 92, 93, and we were like, oh, could you get a bottom wick? You know, I think some people were looking for a bottom wick like here to go up. I think that was our original bottom wick, and we were looking for. No, I'm tripping on. What am I saying? We were looking for a bottom wick down towards like the break of these lows because we wanted to see and make sure that this was enough. And we're kind of in the same boat kind of today too, where it looks kind of similar. There is a low right here, which I would identify on the current charts at 55, right? So it came up, and all of a sudden, as it came back to the ranges, it just cleared that entire range to the bottom of the area. And the reason being is because when price gives you these bottom wicks and it gives you higher lows, it usually wouldn't just reject the middle of nowhere. Usually it'll come down toward like a major zone. In this case, it's kind of the middle of nowhere. Like look left, like what's here? Nothing much. Maybe like here, maybe a little bit there, but nothing too major. It can be called a minor support, right? Nothing too major, just like a minor zone. But a more major zone would be down here. So usually you would come down to the major zone. And same thing with price right now too. If you look at this bottom wick overall today, like, is there something here? You could say there is something here. You could say that. But I think what I'm looking for more so is like down here, like these zones get tapped. So we'll see. Could be wrong about that, right? Could not. That might be the bottom wick. But just the idea of just looking for a more aggressive wick today initially. Got you, Josh. I'm glad to help you, man. Better. Monthly bearish leg candle playing out. Huh? Where? Oh, BTC. Hold on. I'll check that in a bit. I want to see what happens there. I'm talking about gold. I'm like, where do you see a bearish leg candle?
We was gone off that old potion, hit that slow motion. What you got going rogue? Someone left the stove open, we too hot. It was double R. We was Range Roving with the Rocky Rolly Rolls Royce. Rough Rider anthem, just it drop. Reach for the popcorn. Oops, that's my cock. Got my heart broke. I like that bitch a lot. Time moving slow. I ain't tripping though. I thought you had to know. Time moving slow. I just thought you had to know. Time moving slow.
We say yesterday's daily closing is bearish doji. I think it's a bearish bull candle. So what that is like it's a candle close. It's a bearish candle closing respecting support, which I'm gonna leave right there. So it's bullish. Like today's candle should go up. Because that's not enough of a top wick or enough of liquidity to say that it's enough of a bearish candle to say we're driving down. So yeah, it looks like you are gonna make your potential all-time high today again. Like 9.7 should be able to get retested today. If not today, Sunday, Monday, right? But either way, it looks like you are gonna close bullish today, and then Sunday, Monday could pop up towards new all-time highs. Just repeat what it did down here, right? Same kind of structure here too. Came up next day, repeat of what I did over here. Weak bearish candle. Repeat of what I did over here. Weak bearish candle. We can go on and on and on, but yeah, it's bullish for sure. Bullish, or the direction is bullish. Do you think it's possible to turn fully bearish after 39.25? Bro, you watching the wrong stream or something, bro. You watching the wrong stream, man. I don't know. I'm looking for just clean traffic up towards like this next zone over here. I don't know what's gonna happen once you come up towards there. I will say though, there could be zones that, like there could be zones that there could be zones that you can mark up and say your next ranges are, which I think he said it right actually. 25 zones. Like this range right here is like safe range. I usually measure the range, and the breakout usually is that range for the all-time highs. So 39.65, 39.65 is over here. Yeah, around there, around 30. After you tap that zone, I don't know. That's just the next clean traffic area. That's just the next area that price shows that it will likely come up towards. After it taps that, your job shouldn't be like, oh, how could price turn bearish here? So that I can take advantage of like this move down. Man, it's too much thinking. It's just too much. Like how do we know if it's even gonna come up towards there? How is it gonna come up towards there? Is it gonna make structure up towards there? If it does, then this zone could be a little weaker. Very high chance you're gonna push past it. Right? So how do you know if it's even gonna reject? Why don't you just wait until price comes up towards that zone, rejects it, shows a rejection, prints a lower high, comes back down, prints a lower high, comes back down. Doesn't that look like a lot better? Like, let me draw in candles, but doesn't that just look a lot better if you were to just actually show that it's bearish and then you take the sells when it actually shows that it's bearish? right? Like you don't gotta do like the oddest predicting stuff. Like you can just kind of look for this, lower highs, lows, right? Like look, because look what you're breaking now. You're breaking this range, you're breaking this range, right? Maybe these ranges are too close apart. You're breaking this range. You got something else over here as well. So why don't you just wait for that to happen? And then once it closes below here, you're looking for a move from like, you know, from here to here. That's nice. Like, you know, you can probably grab this. This is a 200-pip range. Well, like I'm saying, like any time from any structure, that's when overall I will show that it's bearish. But to try to get in like wick entry sells when it's up here, it's doable. I'm not saying it's not, definitely doable, but how do you know how far it's gonna drive? How do you know if that's the actual rejection area or if that's gonna be a higher low to continue up? All right. So whenever like I have to predict like that, I usually tend to stay out those ideas. But chat, you're breaking above 80 now. So this is good. You broke above 80, you came out towards 84, right? So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll see if you get higher lows here. The thing is like this resistance here isn't going to be the higher low area. I don't think so, because it's just a resistance. It's not a support. Your support, your next support level is going to be, I think, over here towards the flip area. So let's see, you can come down towards like the 73 zone, 74 zone. And then you got something here now. If this does reject, and we can look to see if we can take advantage of that, the rebreak of 84 or something. But let's see. It may not come down towards 73, may or may not, I don't know. But if it does, amazing. The rebreak of the highs we can definitely take, because there's no reason to come back up after rejecting that far. 2, going back to the other scenario, what can happen here is you pop up towards this area right here to mirror that traffic to the left. That takes you up towards the here. You could get a pop up towards there. And if you do get a pop up towards there, pullbacks and the wick entries are doable. So as it pulls back after tapping off of 90, you can look for a wick entry maybe off of these monitor zones like here, or there could be a zone down here. Based on how it comes up, based on the way that it prints higher lows up or not higher lows up, will determine which area we'll look to take for wick entry buys. But those are the 2 ideas I have right now. All right, so either 73 pop back down, the rebreak at 84 back for buys, or pop up towards 90 and then you get a wick entry buy at like 86 or 82, based on how it comes up. If it's one blast off, one blast up, then amazing, I'll keep 96. If it pulls back on the way up, then I might move it down towards 82. Make sense, chat? So that's literally the 2 ideas that I have right now. Nothing else. If anything else prints, is not those 2 ideas, we can't do anything about it, right? We have to just pre-plan, and then wait. And that's it. That's what we've been doing every day. Just pre-plan and wait. Pre-plan and wait. And that's where our trades come, like, you know, 2-3 times, or 3 to 4 times a week. Maybe 2. But that's it. Right? So you have to pre-plan like that. You can't just like let price come up towards that zone and then make a decision like, do I want to take the sells here? Like, you're already too late. Yeah, figure out the positions way beforehand, before it even pushes up towards those zones. So either way, chat, pop up or pull back, at least we know we're getting close to ideas, right? But we haven't had like an idea today yet. So that's what I mean when I post my Instagram about like, when I say like, oh chat, we got these buys today, we had 3 or 4 ideas. Those 2 ideas, those are each idea each. So those are 2 ideas. So that's what I mean by ideas. So you gotta like, you know, have a set of ideas for a day. And sometimes you might not. Like yesterday we had like 1 idea. The day before we had 0 ideas. Where it doesn't come close to our zones, doesn't come close to our analysis. And that's okay, right? Watch, I'm gonna grab some water here.
possible word of hope, like maybe, possibly, if time didn't exist.
That suit tie shit, that marathon shit, that take it out shit, that color nine beat. I want you tonight, I need you tonight. Gon' see through my eyes, girl, why would I lie? I want love, I want love.
Just to cope, just a possible word of hope, like maybe, possibly, if time didn't exist. 4 billion years in this bitch, these lifetimes blitz. We gon' shine in this shit, every time timeless, which is more than enough for forever, worth more than big stones, rare metals, checked in, room covered in rose petals, lights on, lights off, makes no difference. You still gon' deliver the box like drop shipping. Last shit the niggas drop was not hitting. I don't think you in the spot to top shit in. Warn these niggas about me costing them. Smoke these niggas like a box of carcinogens. The Hermes star we swing through like pendulum. My bitch got the milk, we need cinnamon. Please don't ruin the scene, we all filming it. Throw that shit in the loop, I'm reliving it. Throw that shit on me, I keep killing it.
My daddy got a big air, a plane. Her mommy holds all the family, a cash, a beautiful rose is standing at the corner. She is a living in and out of tune. Hey you.
All right. NYC here, chat. What do I want to play now?
Who's calling it?
Hey, what? Please don't ask again. Who's a Hey. Like what? Yeah.
If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. Hendrix.
Ooh. You see a difference? You see a difference, chat? Like, you see why we were kind of like unsure about the buys? Because like the way it's moving up, and also like the fact that you're missing a bottom wick, and then when you see this, you're like, hey man, it was all worth it, right? Because you got now you have a bottom wick, now you have a much better and established bottom wick, and now you're just like, amazing, I can actually hunt for positions now. But before it's like, well, you know, you're missing that bottom wick. So you got tap the 7-3, which is good. So let's see if you come back up to re-break the highs of 85 here. I'm not gonna have buys on the re-break of the highs. What I would have though is I want to see how it reacts off of 84 on the re-break, because like, if it can pull back from 84 down towards like 81, and then the re-break of that high, that'd be fine. But not the initial re-break of the highs or the initial flip. And if he doesn't, and it comes down towards 64, then chat, we might be headed a little further down. Maybe wick entry buys. What did I say earlier for wick entry buys? What was the zone? I think it was it 55? That is gonna be 220, 210 pips. pips. Let's see how it comes down here. We could get one if it comes down. So far, this is the first initial pop down. This is a lower high. You didn't re-break the lows yet, right? So this could still come back up into the range here. If it breaks this low at 72 again, then there is a high chance you come to mirror this range down towards 64. If not, then it's fine. We'll look for buys above the highs. Just wait for this to pop up, break the highs, and then give you like a mini pullback. And then the re-break of the highs will take up towards the wick fill, up towards 93 from 87. All right, chat. Getting close though. We're very close. How much was that bottom wick? 90 pips. Holy shit. Yeah, so that likely could be liquidity. If we were unsure about this earlier, now that we have this, feels a lot better. All right, 15 flip, 30-minute flip there. Let this re-break the highs. You'll probably get up towards like 88, 87, and then a pullback from there down towards like 82 or 84 would be nice. From like here, like a third pip retracement, and the re-break of the highs of 87 would be the re-break of the buys. And that is a 5-minute leg count out here, so holy shit, you might feel this wick again. That's a huge 5-minute leg count. Let's see how effective it is. All-time highs, usually leg counts aren't as effective. They're usually a little less effective, but it could still be a chance that it could fill the wick down and come back into the range. So we'll see. It's still a leg count at the end of the day. But yeah, keyword chat. When we have leg candles or no top wick candles or no bottom wick candles at all-time highs, you usually, like price going up, we usually disregard all those things. So it becomes less effective when you're all-time highs. So you gotta play it a little different. This broke the highs, right? Yeah. Didn't tap 87 though. Let's see if we can tap this 87 zone. 87, 818. And then above here you have a range for like 56 pips, which is pretty good. A7, 818. Let's see, you didn't get the body reaction yet too, the leg candle body reaction. So chat, for those who are like watching, don't know what the leg candle is. Usually a leg candle usually forms something like this. So usually this is a leg candle push up, right? And then it has like no top wick usually. Sometimes it might have a little top wick, but usually the wick is bigger than the body. So what will end up happening is you end up filling that wick. But the way it does it is what we look at it for, because it doesn't just come straight down. Sometimes it may, or more times it may come down towards the body. You get a pullback off the body, and then you range it for a bit. And then as you come back to re-break the lows, you get another pullback, and this time as on the pullback, you're able to hold the most recent resistance. And then usually the re-break of this low is our sells. We're not gonna take any sells here because it's bullish though, right? But that's how leg candles usually are. So, like if this is a bearish leg candle, then yeah, we'll take it, right? If it looked like this, because then we're looking for the wick fill up, and it's a bullish day. But in this case, we're not taking it, but that could be a scenario. So if it does do that, then we may have to plan for where the next bottom wick is. But yeah, let's see if we can tap 87 here. Kind of have one here. Kinda. Looking good. You have like a mini zone right here, mini higher low right there. It's something. Got this pop and you have a higher low right there. So let's see if this can pop up towards 87. Should be able to. And then from 87 chat, we want to see a pullback down to 84. So basically the resistance. And then that's our buy stop. All right, so let this pop, pull back, and then the re-break of the high. But careful on the first pop because it could, you know, do something like that. Saw 20 pips in profit and moved my stop loss to 12 pips in profit. Got 0.4. Jeez. On the buys? Agreed. Shadow band. What's your name, Shadow band? So you adapt your strategy depending on quarter cycles? Yeah, it's the same strategy, but we had to adapt it. I mean, you always have to adapt. I didn't realize that we adapted different chords until like my year 3 or 4. I always adapt. I always try to adapt, but it wasn't until like, you know, last year or the year prior to last year, end of 2023, last year and this year, where I realized that it's because throughout the year you have different like movements. So that's the reason behind the adaptation. Adaption, is that a word? Where are you going to take a trade? Hey man, the re-break of A7, once you tap A7, you pull back. If you get that very particular move.
Take it to the head, baby, penetration. Money not a problem, you can finger trace it. Drinking,
you get a pop?
Taking medications. After this club, we just change locations. After this club, we just change locations. We don't take it in, we just change locations. We don't take it in, we just change locations.
All right, so if you can tap A7 chat, and if it doesn't reject off A7 and it continues to pop up past A7, then going back to our other idea of waiting for the first initial pullback down towards 84, that's our wick entry buy, 84. So based on if it taps A7 or doesn't, pushes past it, we'll get closer to one idea.
Please believe that
Somehow, some way.
we gotta make it about the hood someday. Somehow, some way, we gotta make it about this life. Come on, somehow, some way, we gotta make it about the hood someday. Some way, we gotta make it about this life. Whether we dribble out this motherfucker, rap metaphors and riddle out this motherfucker, work second floors, I spittle out this motherfucker. Somehow we gotta get about this motherfucker. Someday the cops will kill a motherfucker.
This came close.
Be this drug dealing motherfucker, damn. Wish I could take us all on this magic carpet ride through the sky. I used to play the hall of fifth floor. Me and my
I want to see an actual tap. The idea is like a little pop, little past A7. Yeah, something there, but I wouldn't say that would be the one. I want to see at least a break above there, like past his white lines.
Somehow I knew that the sun would shine through and touch my soul, take hold of my hand. Look, man, a tree grows in Brooklyn. Somehow, some way, I gotta make it about the hood someday. Somehow, some way, I gotta make it about the.
Wouldn't be surprised if he optimized. Yeah, at this point I'm not surprised. Like we used to get optimized like once every couple years, and then it became once every month. Yeah, and I mean now it's once every month. So yeah, we make optimize in here a day now, especially when we're this close. That 15 leg count? No, is it a 15 leg count too? Oh yeah, it might be in a minute here actually. Yeah, could be a 15 leg counter here. My question is like, why isn't it like driving, right? Like why is it like it's moving? Especially after this push down, I'll expect a pop. I'm not too sure why it's not driving, but we'll wait. Okay, we'll probably like be here till like 10:15. If it's still moving, we'll extend it to 10:30, 10:45. But it looks like we could get a trade in the next couple minutes here. All right, so perfect. So let's see. Is it gonna pull back from here? If it does pull back before tapping 92, we'll look for the buys and the rebreak at the highs of 89 or wherever the high is. And once you pull back, if it doesn't pull back and it comes all the way up towards like 91, like it is right now, then we can look for wick entries as we get pullback. So I'll say next zone that I have here would be, I'll say 82.90. Let me just delete a couple things here. Where it is tab. Where could we get this wick entry? So this was on the 1st of October. Let's go to the 1st of October. Is this the 1 hour flip? No. That is 15 body. Yeah, I think 81 chat. 81.32 could be a wick entry. So if you come straight down towards 81.32, that'll be our wick entry buy. And we're looking for like buys from there up towards like 83. Up towards 84. It'll be like a 34 pip range. I think trail stops could be like around here. So I think this will be 8 pips. Maybe a little higher. Around there. Could be trail stops or break even. Trail stops will be 83. But we need to tap to 81.32 here, chat, for the wick entry buys. So yeah, that was I think 13. That would have been BE, and then trail stops have been up here. If it reacts, which it did, if it reacts before tapping 81, then this zone becomes a little weaker. We're gonna have to move it down, right? So now let's move it down towards the next zone, because if you come to rebreak the lows, usually you'd be able to drive towards the next area. In this case, that would be, let's see, if that was it, chat, we would have been in. If that tapped our zone, I think we had it at like somewhere here, right? Like 81. We're close. It was like maybe 8 pips away, something like that. But we can't really take the rebreak at lows again, which is fine. We can still take the rebreak at the highs. We can't take the wick entry at that price point, but we can move it down. So if it were to not rebreak the highs and were to retrace deeper, I think our next zone might be a little lower though. I don't know, it's gonna be 79. I think it's gonna be more of like, I'll say 74. I'll say 72. I think that's like the entire leg candle fill on the 15, because this is still a possibility here. right? I think that's our next wick entry zone. So it won't be 81 and more, chat, because that would have been it. That would have been the first initial reaction, and you would have gotten like, I mean, that move was 34 pips, right? So you would have got break even, short stops, all of that. That move happened, the first initial reaction. So if you were to come down now, I think the next zone is gonna be like 7-2. It's gonna be a little further down, but that is the next area. It'll be like around the 4-hour flip. 4-hour flip, 1-hour flip. Yeah, around there. All right. So let's see. Can you re-break the highs of 90, or is it gonna pull back towards 72 and give us a wick entry buy? Let me leave that there. And it comes down to how it comes down to chat. Like the way it comes down is very important. You want to see just consistent pops down. Like if it, let's say it comes down towards like 75 and then it pulls back, we can't take the 72. We gotta move the 72 zone a little further down towards the next area, which in this case would be like 69, probably around there. But we'll just keep doing that, right, until we actually get the level being tapped. But yeah, let's see if this comes down or not. You have a little pullback here, lower high there. If this breaks the lows, then I think the only thing you need to break is 80, and then below 80 it should be clean traffic to like 74, 73. I think I'm gonna leave this zone down here at 80 zones. Cool. What time did you move down yesterday? Around 9:45, same time. Yeah, when you started to reverse yesterday. So same thing today, kind of like same thing. Same thing. Same time. We started pushing down. Jeez. We got F1 this weekend, chat. Who we got? Hey, Max might clutch it up, man. I think he might clutch it up this weekend. You gonna buy 80? No. 71. 71 or 72. Not 80. Because 80 is a rebreak out of lows. If it was the first initial tap into that zone, yeah, that was our original zone. But no, we're not looking for buys or chat. Because it pulled back already. It give you that initial pop. It pulled back for 36 pips. That would have been the first initial reaction when you came down. Now you have a bit more structure, right? You have like a pop. That was the reaction. And then you're doing this. So what happens when you do this usually? As you come back to rebreak the lows, what would you do? Be able to push towards the next zone, right? So that's why like this level that we had originally becomes weaker for this particular play, which is the wick entry buys. Because you're retesting the lows.
in my music, hope it brightens your day. If times are hard when you're here, know you'll be okay. A OG told me God's favorites have a hard time. You out the hood, that's good. Now stay on the grind. I'm a sponge, knowledge and wisdom. I absorb fast. I'm in the class by myself. You do the math.
But we can still take the rebreak, which is above 91. 91 up towards 94, especially with another pullback here too. Because that's 2, right? That's a pullback here, and another pullback here. Five more minutes to 1 hour closure. So maybe you might get a bottom wick on the opening. Since it's a 1 hour since it's a 1 hour candle opening, if you open up no bottom wick first thing prices will pop up. We're not gonna take obviously the first break, right? We'll wait for price to break, pull back, right? Because the opening isn't, it could open up no bottom wick, and if it does, you're likely will fill that wick since we're very close to it, and we'll have the re-break. So once it pulls back, we'll have the re-break because it's a new 1 hour candle. But looking like there's still volume here. Let's see. We'll be able to find out by like 10-10. 10-10-10-15. Red folder, but is it actually coming out? Maybe actually. Tentative events are subject to delay. Oh, this is not tentative. Okay. Okay. Level of diffusion index based on surveyed purchasing managers, excluding the manufacturing industry. Actual grades for forecast. They're expecting numbers to come out negative. So negative should go up. That's what they're saying. And I think that's it, right? 10 a.m. and then yeah, that's it. Next week, chat, you got nothing on Monday. Tuesday, we have nothing. Wednesday, we have FOMC meeting minutes, which isn't FOMC, but could be volatile at times. Thursday, unemployment claims. And then Friday, you have NFP. Oh, so is it just delayed? Are they just gonna delay until they resume? It shows next week at NFP on Friday. I guess I'll see y'all next week. I got finesse. I got juke, man. In long from 3862. Possible all-time highs coming. Very possible all-time highs coming, man. Very possible. Very possible. 1 minute.
This be that hustler music, young Weezy got that motherfucking hustler music.
All on me, 'cause all I do is ride around a Bentley coupe. Got no need, she got me buying her them Fendi shoes. All we do is shop until we drop. All we do is shop until we drop. Right there in the floor. All on me, 'cause all I do is ride around a Bentley coupe. Got no need, she got me buying her them Fendi shoes. All we do is shop until we drop.
Baby.
All we do is shop until we drop. Right there in the floor.
Okay, swimming in polo, sleeping in Jordans. I bought a cell phone and I don't even much call it. New imports make her feel important. No bullshit, nigga, no Ben Gordon.
1 hour closure. That's it. Bottom top wick first. No bottom wick. Let's see how much volume we have here, chat. We need a bit of volume here to keep us alive for another 20 minutes. It is news, right? Is it? Or is it still gonna say tentative? Oh, and it came out actually. It came out negative. So yeah, it came up below expected. They expected 51.8, came out 50. So gold should go up. That's what it says. So we'll see how price adapts to that. And let's see if we have volume.
Lost in emotion, mama's youngest. Trying to navigate life without my compass. Some experience death and feel numbness. But not me, I felt it all and couldn't function. Seeing you that day, telling you my plans, but I was leaving you that day. It was in God's hands. Yeah, it was at Elon's waiting to get with me. On my way to Texas, that's when Virginia hit me. And I realized in that instant, our last conversation, you was against it. Told you I was going to Turks for Thanksgiving. I heard what I wanted to hear, but didn't listen. You said you told Jean that Buck needed forgiveness.
65th candle.
And stuff both her fridges. You even told Dad you wished y'all never split it. See, you were checking boxes, I was checking my mentions. Saying you was tired but not ready to go. Basically was dying without letting me know. I love you, Med-Naj. Hate that he won't remember you. Two things that break my heart is what November's do. And
Took a buy at 38.42. 38.42? Jeez. What up, Wade? No coming back. We target 4,000. I believe in you, man. What up, Chris? What up, what up, what up, what up? So chat, we'll be here. I mean, looks like you have volume, so probably like 10:20 cutoff time, and we'll see if we get anything beforehand. If not, then we'll call it a week. Call it the first week of quarter 3. Cheers to quarter 3, by the way, or quarter 4. Finish off the year strong.
Scriptures in the den, half-written text that you never got to send. Combing through your dresser drawer, where do I begin? Posted noted Bible quotes.
Chat, how's your year so far?
I can hear your voice now. I can feel your presence. Asking should I rap again? You gave me your
Long shot by 1 minute. My accordion. It's not range of liquidity. If you get 71, go re-break 89 ranges, so we'll get bigger and bigger. How about the 1 minute? True. Yeah, it could be. Could be. We get a pop down. Chat, how's your year been, though?
ring. You told me that you love me, it was all in your tone. I love my two sons.
Great trading plus, great music taste. Thank you, man.
Now you home.
This is a nice wick fill from 87. We may not, depending on how far this comes down for a bottom wick chart, we may not get the highs of 91. We may actually look for above 86 for the wick fill. The rear break of the highs. But I want to see this, how far this comes down, because I do want to see the spike down further if we do get above 87. If you do pop up from here, then we could wait for that original place though. But if it does pop down further, then above 87 we can look for, because this wick fill is like 30, 35 pips, 32 pips. So you can get them. Slowing down though. Is NFP not canceled? Up 104% so far for the year. Sheesh. Chat, what are you guys up for the year? Is the news coming? No, that's it. That's all they have. This news is still here. Like this photo came in, but we haven't had any you haven't had a push yet, so I still think it's a little delayed here. It might be dead if we it might be dead if we don't move by like 10:20 though, 10:30. But that's my window from like 8 a.m. 8:20 until like 10:45, 11, and after that I usually don't take any trades. Did we move yesterday when we hopped off? Yesterday we hopped off. No, it ranged a little bit. It ranged and then moved at like 2 p.m. Okay, here we go. Got something here. So we're not looking for the wick entries of 71 chat, obviously, anymore. But we could get something lower in that, which I would be interested in. Potentially 5.5. I know it's far. That could be a zone though, 5.5. Maybe higher. Maybe 60. Let's see how it comes down here. If it's one pop down, then I'll take a 60. 58/60. I'm not taking the 71 no more. So the 4 count came down, rebroke the low. No reason in doing so, but you got the bottom wick now, so we can look for potential buys chat above 85. 85 up towards 90 is what we can look for. Come up if you come up. If you don't come up, then wick entry buys at 5.8 could be the next wick entry zone. We're moving a little late though, which is I mean, not surprising because it did move late yesterday too. But we ranged for some time actually. Like this range was like from like 30 minutes. Felt like an hour. Did you move for NYC? I don't even think NYC moved there. He had a push, but it wasn't like anything directional. 170 pips. Carlo, what's up? What's up, man? How you been? Dum 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. 10:15 approaching. Oh, pushing. Let's see if we can pass 70 here, chat. We got next zones at 5.8. All right, so pay attention to 5.8. I think that's the 4-hour leg candle fill. So yeah, pay attention to that zone. 5.860. Could be at one straight pop here. That'd be perfect. like 90 pips away here. I'm not interested in the sell chat. Like we're not. If this we're gonna let this drive down. You know, it's 100 pips if it drives down, because it can just reject any given point because it can be a higher low. And if it comes down towards like we have a 5860, if it comes down towards like 61 and then it pulls back towards 64, that's your first initial reaction. We're gonna have to move that 58 zone further down, which in this case would be probably like 48. Next zone. Yeah, 51, 48. But right now we have 5860, so it's still good. This pullback is fine. Oh, just pay attention to how it comes down. It's very key. Yeah, 71, 30 pips. Yeah, earlier, right? No, I think it was more. I think it was like 78 pips. $78 could be something too, instead of 85. Like, you see what we're doing here now, chat? Like, the further we're pushing down, like the lower we can put the resistance at for the buys. At first, it was the break of highs at 91, and they move it down to 85 as you broke below that range. And now you broke below here. There could be a 78, but obviously you want to see, like, you know, the higher low form above there. But if you come back up above 70, 79, 78, you pull back. The re-break of the highs from 81 could be great buys for 85 up, and then 91 maybe. It's in third pair range.
Into the morning, hate when you don't come. You want told a nigga it's corny. Walking around with an attitude on, spoiling in a party. Girl, you know I love you, ain't disrespect whenever I'm tardy. Walking around with a shopping cart, we tearing down Barney. Oh, girl, I want you badly.
That guy trading still didn't take profit and even added more buys, which may hit my stop loss and cost me 1 hour. Today's profit is now down to just 5 hour. Well, whose fault is that, brother? That's your fault or it's his fault? You should be able to make your own decisions, right? Make your own decisions, not let someone else make them for you and then blame them for it. Gotta use your own brain, right? If someone's like taking a trade and you're following them, you're taking the trade. You're the one clicking the buy button. You're the one agreeing to take the position. That is your fault. And if it's your profits, it's your profit, not his. Your profits, your losses, it's you. You're in control. But you're not gonna go far blaming other people, right? You don't want to blame other people. It's always your fault. Everything is always your fault. You still follow this groove? Hey man, you can say what you want to say. We're still consistent. We're still doing it every day. I don't know. Like, we're still consistent, man. People just can't, you know, resist. Still consistent. People still find value from it. George. Version was the best way to start trading. Market structure and price action, a mix of that. Price action, volume, understand volume, using price action to identify volume. That's the best way I can describe it. It's very simple. It's like, it may look confusing, it may sound confusing, it may look like we're looking for a million things, but it's really, 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 really simple. It's just, at the end of the day, it just comes down to just market structure, really. Like, everything is always market structure in different forms. So, looking for highs, looking for lows to confirm where we're going. That's it. Nothing like nothing too crazy. Is it considered initial reaction? Yeah. Well, any reaction, any rejection is initial reaction, right? But yeah, like you had one over here. Like you had the first initial rejection here, which came up at 71, or my bad, what am I saying? This one down here at 79. Then you came up. And then, yeah, like you have another low. You came back down, made another low, right? But we're looking for wick entry buys at 5.8, right? We're looking for wick entry buys at 5.8. So if it's pulling back before 5.8, it's fine. You have a low here. You have another higher low there. You have another higher low here. So if it makes its way up towards 789, we can look for buys above 789 going up towards 85. But we need to see if it can break above 79 first, pull back, hold. And then as it re-breaks these highs up here, we'll look for the buys to continue up to fill that range. But we need that to form, right? So it's why I think we're just kind of waiting and see where it's going right now. I think this is also near a 1 hour flip. Pay attention to the 1 hour candle too. If it happens at like 10:40, it's a little too late in the 1 hour candle. There's still a chance it could flip, but you know, ideally you want to see the 1 hour candle flip usually within the first half, especially if you spent like, you know, majority of it creating a bottom wick, because it indicates volume. You flip fast, then this low will be considered as liquidity. If you slowly flip or you don't flip, then what you're doing on price is you're doing this. Yeah. Right? Like it could easily come back to revert the lows because it's very slow on the way up. It means that the sells could be taken over for the rest of the session, and you could be head down further than these zones here and stop flipping on the one. But chat, we still have wick entry buys here marked up at 5.8, 5.7. So if you do come down, then that is our buy. And we'll be here until like 10:30, 10:45. Probably 10:45, 10:40. I know you're trading the 1 minute now. That's what I'm looking at to like identify the way we're moving. But I'm still using all my time frames. Like if you look at my last couple of trades here, we're still using like yesterday's trade was like the 4 hour time frame, the 5 and the 1. You know, sometimes we use the 1, like we use all time frames. I'll say we rarely use the daily, but anywhere from 1 to the 4 we're using. So I'm just looking at the 1 to look at the movement, but we're not like, you know, basing our ideas off the 1. I think the bias here is off of the 1 hour time frame, which is this zone right here on the 1 hour. Can you explain where you put your stops here and buys or sells? Well, I don't know where we're getting in yet, but usually I would use like the previous 4 hour range. So in this case, I'm pretty sure if we get position stage out, we buys. I'm not looking for any sells. So probably like, I don't know where we're gonna get in. I don't know if we're gonna get a wick entry, if we're gonna get in above 79, because I don't know where price is going right now. But let's see if we get a wick entry. I'll probably use like these stops down here, 38.05, like a 500 pip stop. 4 match pip stop. That's been our stop for the year, just because of how like wide these ranges are on the 4 hour time frame, like the 4 bottom wicks, 4 hour zones. But I think that's all we've been using. Like I think right here, if you go to the spreadsheet, it shows stops. So it's usually like the 4 or the daily is what we use. But we'll look for ways to always manage risk, right? So I think our last loss that we took was like on June 20th, and we had a 400 pip stop I think originally, but then we managed risk with where's our loss? These are just like a bunch of break evens, I'll say. Our pineapples combined. Right here, 172 pips. So we end up going from 400 pip stop to ending the trade with only a negative 172 pips. So we look for ways to cut the loss short if we print structure against the trade and against the bias. But yeah, 172, which is, I think it was 8%. Are you coming at 20? Well, we have volume here. I'll be here until 10:40, another 15 or 10:30. We'll see how things look at 10:30. If there's still volume, then 10:40. If there's dead at 10:30, I'm just sitting here, then I'll call it. We'll call it. Give me my respect. Give me my respect. No, sir. Little baby.
It's Christmas time.
If I hit you with a
My name's Slizzy, but this bitch forgot. Run my city, they won't take my spot. Nigga run up, then he gon' get shot. I just ran a milli up on God. Beat that pussy, she scream out no mas. Claim they real, but that shit a facade. Gave me chills when I found out you lied. The nerve of you,
Gotta just sit in our hands, chat. Gotta just sit and wait, you know? Wait until your timer's up. My watch list? Depends. Well, my watch is just gold. I'm just trading gold. I just have GJ and US30 for some reason. But wow, this thing's popping. But it's just gold that I trade. Oh yeah, Bitcoin. You want me to check that pencil? Leg count on the monthly? Yep, leg candle's definitely getting filled. Alright, you're popping up here. Let's see if we can hold above 80 here. We want to see a pop and then a pullback, right? And the rebreak at a highs. So if you get a pop I'm guessing it should be around, like, could be around here. And then you get a pull back towards like 79 from 82. And then the rebreak at the highest could be to buy up towards 85. 3-minute closure here. 3-minute closure. So yeah, it is a bearish, bullish candle because it looks very weak. It looks like it's, is it respecting a zone? I guess most recent zone it is respecting. So you might get a bottom wick first down towards that zone. I'm hoping you can get a top wick that breaks the 80 highs and then a bottom wick, and the re-break will be nice because then you have that out the way. But yeah, it looks like you could get a bottom wick first that fills like half of the wick, 3/4 of it, 74, 73, and then the reflip, re-break at a highs of 80 could be something. But we need some volume.
You're supposed to put the first 500 in the safe and lose the combination. First in the beach with $1 million auto. Bring the cameraman, we can shoot our own knuckle. 812 matte black looking like choco. I promise you the floor plan's nothing like the model.
Yours just be my, I think so.
The money counter ding, it's so exciting. Summertime, Winterfell. I'm the night king, the Colgate kilo. The hood needs whitening. We fish scale niggas like we all Pisces. Your bitch in my bubble like.
So this bottom wick out the way. Like a Kai stream. Is that what he said? Kite string. Cartier bust downs, just not my thing to be in the center of that left and right wing. The only time you'll ever see me next to Breitling. Wonder where they started from. The facts are frightening. Richard Price Flame gave birth to pipe dreams. Now we here. Beach with $1 million auto. Bring the cameraman, we can shoot our own knuckle. I'm taking a scalp from 7.3 and 7.9. Yo, you gotta stop saying scalp. You took a trade. You took a trade. You took a good trade. A good trade. Yeah, stop saying scalp or swing. It's a trade. Good trade. I used to add positions to my negative risk to reward trades, but I kind of overdo it and don't really follow any systematic thought behind it. That's the problem. The systematic thought behind it. You need that. You need to always apply that, no matter what you're doing in trading, regardless if it's this strat, positive R, negative R. It always needs to be systematic. There needs to be a system behind why you're doing it. But it might be because you're just getting maybe too caught up with your emotions in drawdown. Maybe you just want to get out the trade. So like the way I think about it is like you have to like really detach your emotions first of all. But when you're in drawdown, you have to just think of it as if like you weren't in the drawdown position in the first place. Where would you take your second position? Like if you weren't in that trade, where would you take your next position? Right? Because sometimes when we're in drawdown, what we do is we just be like, oh fuck, we're in drawdown, I'm trying to get out. Pineapple, 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 pineapple. And it's just, you don't want to do it. You want to make sure it's like strategic, right? It makes sense. So sometimes like price might not be able to come back to your original entry. Okay, cool. So where can I come up towards then? Where can I pull back towards? If it's this zone and it falls short towards your break even, maybe you can add a position here and you can get out both positions in profit. The first one being a net loss at a certain zone, you know, based off of structure. But like, you know, those are things you kind of want to ask yourself when you get in. So that's why like this year, like I still take pineapples. It's just, we're very selective with them. It's not just before where it's like pineapple, drawdown, pineapple, drawdown, pineapple, drawdown. Like this year, I think we're undefeated with pineapples, but we've taken a lot less. I think we have maybe, that is not the year, 15 pineapples, 93% win rate on 15 pineapples throughout the year. So 15 trades out of all of these trades here, out of like, what is this? 160 trades, we have 15 trades that went into where we had a pineapple. So it's a very small percentage. A lot smaller than where it was in the past. And also the trades we're taking based off the structure doesn't lead you to taking a lot of pineapples, if that also makes sense. Because we're not in like the biggest trouble after drawdown nowadays compared to before. Before, we didn't plan out our positions right, or our long-term, like a higher time frame plays right. So we'll be in a buy, but the day is like bearish. So we'll be stuck in a position where we kind of have to add a pineapple to survive because it's trending down bearish. Now, like, since we're just going with the direction, the session direction, right? We're in less trouble because we know that, or understand that, since you're missing X amount of top wicks, whatever, that could be the pop that gives you that takes you back into profits from that drawdown trade. It's a little complex, but if we ever get a pineapple on stream, you guys will be able to see how we doing. Chat, we have like 4 minutes left. I don't know if we're gonna get a trader. It's like a little slow. The market slowed down quite a bit. So we'll see. We'll give it another 4 minutes, see if it picks up. See if it can pop above 79.80 here. If it can tap into like 81, that'd be nice. And then pull back to 79. We break the highs, that'd be perfect. You got the bottom wick on the 30-minute candle, so that's perfect. That's nice. Just need to flip and drive now for a move. But I don't know if we'll go in. Focus on covering the first position and waiting for on it. Yeah, so like I think my mindset shift on that too, because I used to be like, how can I get in to get out in the most profits? But now it's more of like, where can I get in that makes the most sense? Like because my mind shifted from when I'm taking a pineapple to getting out on profit to just like, what's the most logical position? Like, we're not trying to maximize the profits with pineapples. We're just trying to take one that makes the most sense. And it could be a runner in some occasions with the 2 positions combined, but it's just what's the most effective position as a second position that makes the most sense here. Not if I take it here, how many pips can I make? Like, no. So you want to kind of drift away from that. What does pineapple mean? It just means like a second position. Second position, second, third position. I'm struggling a bit today. Now I'm B with this win. Well, congrats, man. But you shouldn't be struggling because you're in a loss. Just because you're down for a day doesn't mean you're struggling. The real struggle is trying to make back the loss. So call it a day and just, refresh for next week.
Just like Biggie said, I just need one chance, baby. Just like Drizzy said, I just need one dance, baby. Baby, 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 baby. Yeah. Shout out to X, he a crash out. Took too many pills, he a crash out. She in hidden hills in a glass house. I like what I saw and so I cashed out. You're bad. Hey Cindy, you're bad. You're bad. I like what I saw and so I cashed out. Yeah, yeah. Molly make a what? Molly make a dance with her ass out. Like Twizzy said, I crave to see that pass out. Fuck up on that tree, I'm a cash cow. If I ain't give a fuck, they don't give a fuck.
Peace out, Samu. Enjoy your profits, bro. Good weekend.
I got bad habits, but I still got good intentions. This shit they'll know about, cause I don't take no credit. Stay on my mission till the day my time is finished. Get my bros, my publishing, I don't care about my percentage. Thank God I ain't got no baby mom between my fitted. If I come inside, she gotta keep don't take my cup for yours, cause mine is deadly. I was patiently waiting for my time, but now I'm ready. Everywhere I go, these hoes be looking oh so pretty. Imagine me not getting nothing in every city. Gotta let my broskies on my bus, better know they with it. When they catch a case, I pay the lawyer, get it acquitted. Gotta get another pint before this one is finished. They think I'm abusing, but I think I know my limit. There isn't a thing I wouldn't do for my family. Hurt me the most when I found out they don't wanna see me happy.
Please don't ask.
I'll check. Give me like 1 second.
One of my niggas got rich off bricks. One of my niggas got rich in licks. One of my niggas got rich selling grass. One of my niggas got rich off swag. One of my niggas got rich off hoes. One of my niggas got rich off coke. One of my niggas be kicking in doors. One of my niggas ain't got no soul. One of my niggas trapping out his house. One of my niggas trapping out a penthouse. One of my niggas don't talk hip boss. One of my niggas come through, knock you off. One of my niggas drink syrup, no coffee. One of my niggas be scamming, yeah. Bustin' checks, he the scam of the year. One of my niggas coming home in a year. One of my niggas got a body in here. One of my niggas on Molly need help. One of my niggas here real but need rap. One of my niggas don't never play fair. One of my niggas be stalking the ops. He one of them niggas don't talk to the cops. One of my niggas turn a half to a block. One of my niggas got bags by the box. One of my niggas got rich off bricks. One of my niggas got rich in licks. One of my niggas got rich selling grass. One of my niggas got rich off swag. One of my niggas got rich off hoes. One of my niggas got rich off coke. One of my niggas be kicking in doors. One of my niggas ain't got no soul. Most of my niggas got rich nigga habits. Most of my niggas got rich nigga chains. Most of my niggas fucking rich nigga bitch. Most of my niggas done sold cocaine. One of my niggas got rich off pills. Most of my niggas done got a few stains. One of my niggas be scamming, yeah. Bustin' checks, he the scam of the year. One of my niggas coming home in a year. One of my niggas got a body in here. One of my niggas on Molly need help. One of my niggas got rich off bricks. One of my niggas got rich in licks. One of my niggas got rich selling grass. One of my niggas got rich off swag. One of my niggas got rich off hoes. One of my niggas got rich off coke. One of my niggas be kicking in doors. One of my niggas ain't got no soul. She gon' make sure I'm right. Get the first line, little ticker. Jimmy Middle Brian, then I tick off.
Cross me so much, I got nails in my hand. City on fire. City on fire. City on fire. Coming from the rock, the home of the drillers. I'ma buy a home next to your home if I miss you. Rubbing on your ass, but your mouth is the issue. When you run for 24, I bet your spouse gon' be with you. Who put this together? Me, that's who. We did it all, but what they really do. Say the pep talk and the tech talk. I'm about to set it off. I'm about to set it off. Somebody set it off. Well, let me get this off. Visionary thoughts, for I could barely talk. Mind running laps, for I could barely walk. They say we never make it. That's what you thought. Cross me so much, I got nails in my hand. City on fire.
Yeah.
City on fire.
Yeah.
City on fire.
Cooking out that pirate.
City on fire. City on fire. City on fire.
Cooking out that ball, trying to scrape out the paint. One day I was high, had to pour the whole paint. Woke up in the sky, same money from the bank. A ticket wrapped in plastic, it's helping me think. Cut up the dog with the fitted 9 times. Doped out the day like I got 99 lives. Blood on my money, see the blood in my eyes. Life around.
They done got shot, he been spinning again. Round with the five, bitch, they never gonna see it. Walking with the dead one in the head is a must. Dog in my flesh, say it's running my cup. Rose gold like a band-aid over my cut. Tailored in plush and cool rope, no discussion.
Cost me so much, I got nails in my hand. City on fire like Bethlehem. Testing my faith and I fell in a trance. Blessings on blessings, they fell in my hand. Coming from the rack, we the home of the drillers. Coming from the hundreds, you got change for $1 billion. Coming for the house, real change in a minute. When I run for 24, I know my spouse better be with me. 100 feet tall when I stand on the finish. Look at how we did everything we intended. You don't want no tension, boy, you just want attention. I'ma pop up at your house if you pop up in my mentions.
Got a bando, count money with a Mac. Seen too much violence, done seen too much death. Bodies on bodies, got a gang full of them. Raised by gangsters, prostitutes, and pimps. Visit my grandmother in prison on Sunday. Talking third person, won't admit it if I done it. Money like sage in my house, keep it burning.
Money like sage in my house, keep it burning.
City on fire.
Money like sage in my house, keep it burning.
City on fire.
Money like sage in my house, keep it burning.
City on fire. City on fire. City on fire.
All right, chat. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. We're not really moving here, and it's kind of. I could move after we hop off, but that is my window, man. So, good week, chat. We took 2 trades this week. We took one on Monday. We took one yesterday. We did 1.28% over on both trades, and yeah, first week of quarter 4. So, I'll see you guys on Monday. YouTube, I'll see you guys whenever. NFP, we'll see next week. I don't know if there's NFP next week. I don't know, but I'll see you guys eventually. But yeah, have a good weekend, chat. Enjoy the rest of the session. If you're still looking for trades, just be patient. Wait for your setups. Don't force anything. Don't get impatient. Take a round position. Just wait for your setups. And if you have nothing, come back Monday. You have tomorrow. You have next year. You have the year after. No need to stress. All right, chat. I'll see you guys next week. Peace. Have a good session, chat. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, man. YouTube. Peace out.